In these very troubling times, we hear a lot of talk about freedom. So let's say a word about freedom. We now have a president of the United States who just the other day said, and I quote, "I have read someplace that the networks were 97% against me. I would think maybe their license should be taken away," end of quote. Really? Mr. President, that's not freedom. That's authoritarianism. Last I heard, under our Constitution, which you swore to uphold, the American people are allowed to criticize the president. The media is allowed to criticize the president or anybody else. We now have a Trump-appointed Federal Communications Commissioner, FCC, named Mr. Carr, who celebrated getting Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air and then threatened other shows saying, "We're not done yet." Hey, Mr. Carr, that's not freedom. That's precisely what happens in authoritarian societies. So let us be honest, let's be clear about what is going on. Trump has sued and tried to intimidate ABC, CBS, the Associated Press, PBS cut their funding, NPR cut their funding, anybody who covers him critically. And just the other day, he filed a $15 billion lawsuit against the New York Times. They got Stephen Colbert off the air. They got Jimmy Kimmel off the air. And we are seeing Trump's friends now take over CBS and maybe CNN. Freedom of the press and our First Amendment is what sets us apart from tin pot dictatorships. That's what our kids learn in the 4th grade. But apparently that is not the case anymore. What's going on right now sounds more like Vladimir Putin's Russia. It sounds more like Mohammed bin Salman's Saudi Arabia. Under Trump, we are seeing a very strong movement in this country toward authoritarianism, and his attacks against the media are part of that process. So, let me make a simple request of my Republican colleagues. If you don't have the guts to stand up to Donald Trump and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, please just stop using the word freedom. Freedom is not just saying nice things or agreeing with those in power. Freedom is not just flattering the President of the United States and telling them how great he is. Freedom is the right to express your point of view, no matter what that may be, without government interference. Maybe what you're saying is right. Maybe what you're saying is wrong. Maybe what you're saying is brilliant. Maybe what you're saying is dumb. But in the United States of America, what our Constitution is about is having the right to say it. And we must not allow anybody to take away that basic freedom, that most important freedom, away from us. There is a reason why freedom of speech is the First Amendment to our Constitution, not the 5th, not the 10th. It is the First Amendment because the founders of this country, correctly, in their wisdom, knew that you cannot maintain a free society without the right to speak openly without fear of intimidation. That's what they understood then. It was true then. It is true today. So let me conclude by saying this. I don't care what your political point of view is. If you're a progressive, great. If you're a moderate, great. If you're a conservative, great. You're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're independent. It doesn't matter what your political point of view may be. This is the moment, no matter what our politics may be, for us to stand together and protect our Constitution and the fundamental freedoms that make us a great country. Thank you all very much.